championship preview and predictions. Let's just take a moment here to clap it up for the script writers this year. Clap it up. They really delivered. They covered everything, alright? They brought back a great rivalry that's been going on the last few years with the Chiefs and Bills. And, for me, I love watching top teams play each other. And they are exactly that when it comes to the AFC. Both really good teams. So the fact that they are facing again, incredible stuff. At the same time, we love it when teams come out of nowhere and get the job done and make it happen. No matter how many years in the league the QB has been there, they just do it. Whether it's first year with a new coaching staff, whether they brought new veterans in, the Commanders, incredible year, incredible. What a surprise. I mean, I didn't think Daniels was going to be bad. I just thought it would take a little bit of time, but these rookie QBs this year have shown that time is nothing. Age is just a number. Actually, no, the funny thing is, you look at Nix, you look at Daniels, the extra years of experience in college seem to have really helped him. So it is all about that experience. Age is very important, and maybe they'll start looking at guys that are a little bit younger, and they won't give up on them quite so soon. But these guys are a bit older for normal rookies, but incredible stuff. Daniels, incredible. Ran away with the Rookie of the Year race. Absolutely ran away with it. Incredible stuff. And then the Eagles. You got the Eagles. Once again, really good roster. Making a run last year. They had their issues, but they look solid this year. And they got a divisional matchup in the conference championship. Eagles Commander. What's crazy is this one. If you said, there's going to be a divisional matchup in the conference championship, you would think, is it, who is it? Like, is it the Lions, Vikings, Packers? Like, who's playing? No. Eagles, Commanders, and, heading into the season, that would sound pretty crazy, but heading into the playoffs, the Commanders, they've been playing some incredible football, and the same with the Eagles. This is just, I'm telling you, the script writers, they nailed it. They really nailed this entire thing. I gotta tip my hat to them, because this is exciting. This is exciting. So let's talk about the first game on Sunday, January 26th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here, Eagles. Come here, look at this. It's a tiny helmet. I don't even have because these helmets are all older. Actually, you can see the thing peeled off here, so I'll swap them. I'll swap sides. Yeah, there we go. That side's looking a little better. But the Commanders, how funny is it that Dan Snyder, all those years of just garbage teams, and then, forced to sell the team because of all the stuff he had going on there, and in the conference championship, they just made it in, and took down the Lions, dude. The Lions had their issues, injuries, there were some holes, and they got exploited, that's for sure. But the Commanders, what a team they ended up with, and against the high-powered Eagles, I don't even know what to say. I'm excited for these to just play out, honestly, because this is why the NFL is the NFL. It's just always good. maybe it wasn't as good for some people back when the Patriots were dominating, but the Chiefs, I mean, the goddamn Chiefs are that new team. Like, you know, I say all this stuff now and like, oh, this is so exciting, but, you know, at the end of this, we might end up seeing the Chiefs just beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and then everybody's going to be pissed at that result. Right now, we're like, oh, anything can happen. There's so many exciting things. And then you get to the end, and it's like, oh, the Chiefs won again. The Chiefs won again. I certainly hope we don't get to that, but we're going to have to see what happens. Alright, we're going to have to let these play out. So yeah, Commanders. Eagles. Home game for the Eagles. They're happy about that. They almost had to play the Lions. The Lions were that top seed, but Eagles at number 2 or was it 3? I don't even remember anymore. At this point, your seeding heading into the playoffs doesn't mean shit. Who can play, who can show up and make it happen for one game. And I gotta say, oh man, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? Jayden Daniels, is he gonna dominate this one? Is Barkley gonna dominate this one? I mean, Jalen Hurts, he could dominate it, but he might fumble as well, so you don't know what's gonna happen there. But this is exciting stuff. The line for this game, as like I said, it's in Philly, home game for them, -6 for the Eagles. That's quite interesting. That is quite interesting. Let's take a look, see if there's any injuries. It looks like most of the big dogs are playing. I mean, they have a couple guys out, but nobody. The defenses are always banged up, it seems. But some of these guys are questionable, but we'll see. We shall see. You know, let's take a look. Full injury report here. Where are the Eagles and Commanders? Here we go. Cam Jurgens questionable. A lot of guys out on IR. Byron Young, Britton Covey, Nakobe Dean, Jack Driscoll, CJ Uzoma, Van Sumeren, Brandon Graham, James Bradbury, Raven Clark. So that's all these guys. These guys are all out. A lot of them decent amount of them have been out for a little bit. Nakobe Dean was one of the recent injuries. Same with Byron Young, so we'll see what happens there. But checking out Washington, what do we got here? Deron Payne, questionable. Javonte Jean-Baptiste, he's also questionable. Recent injuries, Sam Cosmi, he's out. Jordan McGee, he's out. Those seem to be the most recent ones. Yeah, Noah Brown, he's been out. A couple other guys have been out, so yeah, interesting stuff. Alright, yeah, not too bad for either side. Seems like they got most of the big dogs. Like I said, a couple defenses, they're always a little banged up by this time of year, but they seem to have most of their squad. So let's get to making a selection for this one. Eagles, Commanders. My pick for this game. Drum roll, please. Eagles. I will not say anything else. The late game. 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. In Kansas City Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs versus the Bills. The rivalry continues. Hey, the Bills, they got him, right? They got him in the regular season. They took him down, right? Am I thinking of the right year? Am I thinking of the right year? Yeah, so the rematch, anything goes. And oh man, this one's gonna be crazy. I can't believe it. I think this is the 4th matchup in the playoffs from the last 5 years. And the Bills, they've lost all 3 of them, like the other 3. So, can the Bills lose 4 straight? Is it possible? Has that been done before? Is it possible for a team to lose the same big game 4 times in a row? Is that possible? That would be something. If the Bills can break this curse, that would certainly be something. Spread -2.5 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's take a look. Injuries, I think same thing with the other matchup. A lot of the big dogs are able to play. So let's see. Let's find the Kansas City Chiefs and see what we got. Here we are. Yeah, McCole Hardman out. Marlon Tuapulatu, I think I said it right. He's out since 2 weeks ago. Sky Moore's been out. Yeah, so there's no really recent injuries. A lot of these guys have just been out. Rasheed Rice, Hardman's the most recent one. So that's good. They don't have anybody questionable, so it looks like everybody's good to go. So time to look at the Bills, the Buffalo Bills. In terms of recent injuries, Balin Spector, injured. He's on injured reserve. His calf, although it says he's questionable, but remains on IR, so he might play. I don't know. Christian Benford, they could use him in the secondary. He was injured, concussion. He's listed as questionable. Taylor Rapp, the safety, he is out. That's rough. I think he was a recent injury as well. So that's tough. He is out. But yeah, other than that, no recent ones. So that's pretty good. I mean, other than the defense being a little banged up for the Bills, both teams seem to have a lot of their guys ready to go. What is there to say about these teams that hasn't been said multiple times the last few years? Every time they face, it's 2 very talented teams. Who can score last? That's the question. Who's going to score last? And the prediction is who's it going to be? The Chiefs. No further comments. The Super Bowl rematch has been predicted. I don't know how we're going to get there, but I think we're going to get there. I think whatever the Super Bowl matchup ends up being is going to be a pretty solid game. My only worry is that if the Commanders get through, I think whichever AFC team they would play, I think they would get beaten. That is my only fear. Other than that, all all four of these teams are very talented. But I think the Eagles would be able to push the Chiefs and Bills the best, I guess. And I really think the Super Bowl champ will end up being an AFC team. So the fact that I'm predicting that pretty much guarantees that an NFC team is now going to win it, because that's how this stuff goes. But either way, I just hope the games are solid. It's definitely different watching. I'm used to it now. It's been a few years now since the Patriots have been bad, but it's definitely interesting to not have a big dog in the race, and you just, when your team is on the run, it's like nothing else matters. They gotta beat whoever they're playing. You don't really even think about the other stuff, but it can actually kind of, now that the Pats don't have anyone to play, I can actually look at every team and kind of hope for matchups, or hope for something to happen, and just hope for good games, really. So it's definitely gonna be exciting. So that'll be it. Thank you for sticking with me for this entire video. Not everyone does. Some people click off way before they get to this point, because, well, that's YouTube. But the fact that you are still here watching this at this current moment, that means